Hi everybody, it's Chuck, and I'm back once again with a little vlog. Today I'm going to talk to you about something very special. A couple of years ago, when I had the idea to do a G.I. Joe podcast. Many of you have heard the story, the longer version, what I call the sad version of the story about why I was inspired and the events that led to me being inspired. But it really was just to provide a service, in that there was nobody else doing it. And I think that not so much there was information. I mean, we live in the day and age with the internet that you can get information very quickly. But I think there was no dialogue, or at least what I feel to be positive dialogue. And I think that's what I wanted to do. Well, I know that's what I wanted to do, and I think I've accomplished that with what's on Joe Mind. Now, over the years, and the episodes, we've gotten feedback, people telling us, you make our days brighter. When I'm feeling down, I can put on a certain episode and I'm smiling and laughing in an instant. I also know that a lot of that has to do with, certain things I've gotten meltdowns. But, and that's great and wonderful, and that touches me because, for me, that's a bonus to doing this, that what I do can reach someone. In my life, that was something I always wanted to be able to do. When I was younger, I really wanted to pursue a career in music. And one of my dreams was to be able to reach people with what I write, what I play. And I've been able to reach people and touch people with this podcast. As Beachhead Mike, who was one of the co-hosts, would say, we're a glorified 2-bit slime show. It's a little joke, but, we're nothing special. If you go to other podcasts and talk to them, I mean, they spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on state-of-the-art equipment to do this and that, and really, and I've said this before, and I, don't mean this as a slight to anyone. I mean, this podcast is run on duct tape and pocket change. I mean, Gary Gotza, who's the editor and basically the guy who holds us all together, I mean, he was able to find stuff to piece this show together. I mean, it sounds so slick and so produced and so well done. It's comparable to those other podcasts, and I think that's a real testament to him. And that's, something I say to him all the time. He works with computers, and I really think now he's found, something else that, he really is good at, and that's editing. And, editing's not something easy. What I'm trying to get at is, I never, every time I hear that someone has been touched by by what we do, I shouldn't say my podcast, it's our podcast. And when I say our, I mean myself, the co-host, and all the listeners. It's our show. It still touches me. And there are certain things that I don't expect to happen. And when they do, it floors me. Well, this is something I never expected to happen. As you can see on the box here, this is a United States flag. Now, there's something very special to this flag. I'm going to open the box here, and it just slid out, but there is a certificate in this box, which now is closing on my hand. I'm going to take the certificate out. I mean, the flag is your standard United States flag. Put this off to the side because I want to show you guys the certificate. This is very important. I'm going to read it since it's really hard to, read stuff from a video camera. United States Air Force. This is to certify that the company flag was flown on January 21st, 2013 on an MC-130H Combat Talon II combat mission by members of the 15th Expeditionary Special Operations Squadron, United States Air Force, while deployed to Bagram Air Base, Afghanistan. Aerial delivery of 25,000 pounds was successfully delivered in support of the global war on terrorism during Operation Enduring Freedom. This flag is presented to Charles Chuck Dog Emanuele, that's my real name, folks, on behalf of the commander and crew of Anvil 43. And there's signatures and names. Captain Matthew Nevis, aircraft commander. I do hope I am saying your names right, and I do apologize if I am not. Captain Scott Chef, co-pilot. Captain Joshua Kirkham, navigator. First Lieutenant Christopher Mitchell, electronic warfare officer. Technical Sergeant Nicholas Adams, loadmaster. Staff Sergeant Nicholas Rizzo, loadmaster. And Master Sergeant Martin Siller, flight engineer. Technical Sergeant Nicholas Adams is the gentleman, I do believe, who had this honor, recommended myself, Gary, Justin, and Mike for this honor. I can't even begin to say what this means to me. I am just floored. The word thank you doesn't even begin to cover it. I mean, these are people who are overseas defending my right to be a co-host on a 2-bit slime show like What's on Joe Mind. And I got to say it twice, Mike. I got to say it twice. The fact that I'm part of something that can bring a little joy to their day, that, makes their jobs a little easier, is overwhelming, and I really don't think I can express how I feel, like the gratitude. I mean, I know this is thanking us, but really thank you. I mean, thank you for your service, but thank you for listening, and thank you for appreciating what we do. I mean, if we didn't have the listeners like yourself, there wouldn't have been a show. I mean, this would have packed up months and a year ago. And heck, there's sometimes I'm not even sure I still want to do it, but this really just it blows my mind. I think the last thing I'd like to say is, if I can say this to everyone, is everything you do has the potential to make an impact on somebody's life. Think about what you're going to do with that in mind, and make sure that what you do will make a positive impact. God bless you all, and God bless America.